Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Roszipou and today I was again feeling like doing a bullet journal video. Pretty sure it's probably because of all those bullet journal videos I've been looking around for my own inspiration. But yeah, so today I'll be doing a little flip through of my yearly spreads for 2021. I will be using a shop Amanda Rach Lee bullet journal, and I decided to name my bullet journal Bonnie because I thought it was cute. But either way, this bullet journal is 160 pages, 160 GSM, just like how we like our bullet journals, thick and high quality. So to begin this playthrough, I started with like a simple quote that says 2021, a brighter year for all of us, because yeah, let's not talk about the mess that 2020 was. Sunny, sorry, I have my kitty on my lap right now doing this little record session. You saw her at the beginning of the video. Her name is Sunny. She's a sweetheart and she loves to hang out with me. So if you hear purrs or jiggling, that's because of her. Right next to my quote page, I did a grinding cheat sheet. I think I didn't much mess this up this year, and as well as an index page. Now I decided to do a future log after pretty average. I wrote down the dates and the month in French because I am a French speaker. I decided to go for a little Dutch door system, and also I just realized that I never really talk about my team for this yearly spreads, but I didn't really have a team in mind. I just wanted to have like a bright team, like very colorful and all, and I guess that's why I went with stars. So you will see a lot of sparkles, and I tried to do a thing with you know, the fairy lights that a lot of people like, and also you see I have a blank page, so I also wanted to treat you guys a little bit with like a little record session of a spread I will be making. I'll be doing a vision board after this flip through. I'm gonna give you guys more information on that later. So next to my vision board, we add my item routine that I would like to follow for at least the next 6 months, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna switch bullet journals again in the middle of the year. I also have my things to check out spread, a wishlist spread. I treated myself a lot this year, in 2020 I mean, and I wanted to keep track of like the things that I wanted to get and the things that I needed. So not really like a financial board, but like just to keep track of like stuff that I really need to purchase before treating myself. I also have a project tracker and a content tracker, so you see that I have stuff for my work, for my project, my comic project, and also my content tracker is for anything for my Twitch channel, my online shop, and Instagram and YouTube. Next is my period tracker, because I am a person who menstruates, and I started this period tracker last year, and honestly I really liked it. I was able to understand myself a little bit better, understand my cycle a little bit better, and you also notice that I stopped at June, just because, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna switch bullet journal, and also a little bit of self-care spread. So I'm gonna write down things that I like to do to feel better in general, and to, you know, not feel as anxious as I am normally too. And also I did a goal spread, and I think I'm gonna keep it simple this year. I'm gonna set goals for my work, my personal affair, and also a little bit of dreams. And as you could see, so I have a quote next to my goals just to hand like the yearly spreads are very good, which says same dreams, fresh starts, because I feel like I accomplished a lot in 2020, but what I accomplished was like unexpected, and you know, I feel like I'm gonna keep aiming for the goals that I had in 2020 and just hope that I'm gonna achieve them in 2021. So I still have the same dream, I'm still have a believer, but this year is gonna be a fresh start, regardless of what it's going to give us. And now the treat that I'm gonna give you guys, a vision board. So I wanted to have a spread to not commemorate 2020 like in a bad way. I asked myself, what did I accomplish in 2020? So I set up some stuff that I accomplished for my work, on my personal life. Also, I wanted to still have like a little bit of a track of things that I'm leaving behind and things I'm hoping for 2021. The stuff that I'll be using for the spread, some parchment paper, some construction paper, and some pictures that I printed that represents different things depending on like which side of the question that I'm asking. I'm not the expert on making vision boards, but what I can say is that I really had a lot of fun. I just wanted to remind myself, oh, and there is Sunny baby. Don't mind her, she's gonna try to help me the best that she can in her own way. And just like Sunny just showed up at the right time. Even though it was a really trashy year, I still believe that good stuff happened, and I just wanted to remind myself that. And oh, there she is. No, Sunny, no. Good girl. Yeah. Like I said, she tries her best. She just wants to help. And yeah, so I printed a bunch of picture that represents every like side question I'm asking myself. But basically, the way that I planned my vision board is that on each corner of the page, I wanted to represent like each side of my questions. So you saw myself just like cutting through all my pictures. It took like a little bit of time, but I managed to make it through. It's kind of like a shame because most of the picture were like resized because of the very trashy Windows printer application, but that's okay because it turned out that I had to cut through all my photos almost, so they were all too big to fit. So midway I had like to recut a lot of them, so you'll see me like just like, you know, scoot a picture on the side because it's too big, or I had like another picture that, you know, already represented better what I wanted to represent. And I'm glad that I did that because I was able like to select the right picture for like the right occasion. And right now you are watching me just like putting the pictures together. So every picture that represents like either what I achieve work-wise, what I achieve on my personal life, things that I want to leave behind, and things that I'm hoping for 2020. So I just like put those pictures together. I made like a little pile of them, and we're gonna be ready to write down the questions. So I took my parchment paper to write down what happened in 2020. And for those who are wondering what kind of pen I'm using, I really like the Sakura Pigment Macron. I do feel like they are the best because their ink is really black, really thin, thick, but also it dries really fast. So if you're wondering what kind of pen to get, Sakura Pigment Macron are the best. And right now I'm gonna go over my construction paper, select some colors, I think I ended up with blue, pink, yellow, and purple. And each of those colors, each of those papers, I am going to write down 4 questions. The first question is what I am looking forward to. The second one is what I am leaving behind, what I personally accomplish, and what I accomplish at work. It's like I said, it's really important to me to like look back with like still a positive mind, and especially like we cannot deny that bad stuff happened. Personally, 2020 was like a very rough year for me mentally. I basically jumped into like a hole that I didn't knew, which was Twitch and YouTube. In my head, just like my teachers said when I finished college, I won't be able like to get any kind of like revenue out of like my comic artist career or like illustrative career like right when I was done with university. But I was really lucky and I was able like to jump right into it. But there is still like something in my head that tells me that maybe I wasn't ready. To give you guys an idea, I put down a picture of like a sunset that I really thought that was beautiful, but also kind of like represents the fact that I was awake like way too early for that, and I keep like putting pressure on myself because I thought that I could have been better, but at the same time I was like just beginning. I also put a picture of like nasty comments that people left on my YouTube video that got through me, and interestingly a picture of my virtual graduation. I really wish that I had like a normal graduation, but of course because of COVID we couldn't. But I also felt like the way that everything was set was like so cheap and so unmemorable, and I like though this kind of my life like really got through me, and I wish it didn't, but it still happened, and I need to memorize myself that I am human and I'm allowed to make mistakes. I'm allowed to not be perfect every single freaking second, even though, and also I cannot control everything. I think that's the thing that I'm gonna like tell myself in 2020. I'm not perfect and I never gonna be perfect as much as I want to be. The next question that I ask myself is what I'm looking forward to. I put pictures of like me and my friend Crystal meeting up in Animal Crossing New Horizon, and a picture of Toronto because she lives in Toronto and I never been there, and it was one of my mini trips that I planned in 2020 that didn't happen. So I'm hoping to go there. And also me and my husband was supposed to get like a honeymoon trip in Japan after we're gonna be done with college, and of course that didn't happen. And also next year in 2020 is going to be the 25th anniversary of the Pokemon franchise, and I really hope that I can go to Japan next year. So you know, it's kind of like a big achievement, and Pokemon is basically my whole life. I also put some pictures of my friends in like comic book conventions. What I personally accomplished, just kind of like small victories. I completed games that I never thought I would be completing, like Final Fantasy Remake and Kingdom Hearts. I started streaming, and I was on medication last year, and I kind of gave up my medication in 2020 because I didn't felt like the same stress that I was feeling, and because my medication was preventing me to eat because I just didn't feel hungry at all. I started to cook good food again, so I put like a meal that I was really proud of that I did on Thanksgiving, and pictures of me and my husband and some of my friends that I saw in quarantine. I really grew like way more closer to them, and I'm really happy that I did. And work-wise, the thing that I accomplished was, like I said, my independency, if it makes sense. I lost my only salary job in March because I was, I was working in schools, and the first thing that closed down in quarantine was the school, obviously. So I didn't had a stable salary in all 2020, and I was able to make it through because of streaming on Twitch and all the commissions that I got. I started my online shop. I did a big batch of Christmas cards that sold very well, and I'm really proud of myself. And I also started to get a Patreon. And I think that's it for my board. Yeah, I got some washi tapes because even though it was like very colorful with like a lot of picture, I still wanted to give it like kind of like scrapbook vibe, if it makes sense. So I put a lot of washi tapes, and I also cut my what did I accomplish in 2020 paper, because I realized that I was covering one of my cats in that picture. So I'm holding Sunny and Kero that are both sleeping on my legs, and the paper was covering up Kero, so I just like cut through it, and yeah. And I can't really recall where I got all the washi tapes. I think that most of them are from AliExpress, but I also use my Amanda Rachley washi tape as well. And that is it. This is the vision board that I did. I think it took me around an hour and a half to make, so it's not that bad. The thing that took me most of my time was like just cutting through the little bit of paper. That took a lot of time, and also resizing every picture because all of them were like way too big. But I just love how everything turned out, and it gives like a very it's kind of like out of the theme that I set myself. Like there's not a lot of stars or anything, it's like covered in picture, but like looking at this spread really makes me realize that 2020 wasn't a bad year as it was. Yes, I'm gonna leave stuff behind, but who doesn't leave stuff behind every new year? So yeah, I think that's gonna be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to see more of this content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I think I'm gonna do a flip with me or plan with me video if I feel like it for my January 2021. And yeah, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're safe and you're well, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Goodbye!